Hey guys, we're back again. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Eno.
We're here to give you a quick recap of what happened in the last update, tell you what's coming next, and we're going to give you a sneak peek at what's coming even later in the month. So the update launched on March 20th. This was a big update. It had heroes, it had a lot of new features, but it also came with a few bugs.
Yeah. On the first weekend after we launched the update, we got the trader coming around. And this was the first real test for the trader. So we unfortunately saw a couple of pretty nasty issues that we worked over the weekend to fix. And we had a maintenance that fixed the most critical issues with stuff disappearing, for example. Never a good thing.
No, that wasn't a good thing. But luckily, after working through the weekend, it was fixed pretty quickly.
Yeah, so we got that. But then there were other significant issues that we also had noticed by then that we actually couldn't fix with the maintenance.
Right. One of those is the target lock bug.
Yep.
Now, this deals with defensive AI, so this isn't something we can fix with the maintenance. We actually have to do an update to fix it. So we started looking at that immediately after fixing the trader and saw that it was pretty significant. It had a good impact on attacks and defenses.
We actually saw the win rates dropping, through our analytics. And what makes the target lock bug really nasty is that it actually changes the dynamics of gameplay quite a bit. Before, the targeting worked in a way where the nearest units would get targeted once the defenses search for a new target, which is between shots. And now, with the bug, they actually latched on to a single target until that target was actually killed.
Right. Normally they could be distracted with critters or other things like that, but now they weren't. So this really messed up attacking. This also brought to our attention another bug, which had to do with medics' heal rates. Now, how we came to this was Bill Smith posted a video on Reddit that showed a single defense, a single troop, and showed the heal rates right there. And it wasn't lining up with what showed on the info screen.
Yeah, that was really baffling. And we started looking into it. And we found that this is actually true. Like, the stats do not line up with what's shown on the info screen.
And this surprised us a lot because we lined up the code from each version and it was identical.
Yeah.
We looked at the configurations, identical. We even took replays and lined them up on how it would go on version 29 and version 30, identical. So we couldn't figure out what was happening, and yet we saw this video where very clearly it wasn't matching.
Then we saw that in our replay video as well. Like, it was really clear that there's something going on. So, but what we concluded is, since there was no difference between the versions, we concluded that this is probably an issue that's been around forever, like since launch. And we suspect that the cause of this issue is that we actually calculate DPS and like damage per second and heal per second with a very simple formula. You take the rate of fire and you take the damage, and then you calculate how much damage over time each troop or building does.
Very simple, and obviously we had no reason to think otherwise, but what we didn't take into account was that there are other things like animations and logic that slow this down by a tiny amount. So when you stretch out heal rates over a minute-long video, you can see those couple seconds really clearly. And again, this is something that may have been there all the way since launch, and we didn't see it until now.
Yeah, so a really good find. Thanks to the community for that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna fix it. We're gonna actually make sure that the information shown on the troop and building screens aligns. And this affects everything. So the building screens need to be
right, not just healers, but also defenses and other.
Because everything in Boom Beach animates. Everything has target acquisition logic. So pretty much all the stats need to be looked at and readjusted. So
nothing has really changed, but the info was incorrect.
Yeah.
So we're gonna adjust that and fix it. But I think the biggest culprit is the target lock bug. Yeah. When that's fixed, I think attacking should return to a normal
We're pretty
state.
sure that medic issue is still caused by the target lock bug. But that said, we'll definitely keep an eye out for any new issues related or like new findings related to that. And we'll definitely jump on them if something comes up.
All right, so what we're gonna do is have an update. The most crucial bug is the target lock bug, and this is something we can't fix with a maintenance. So as soon as possible, we're gonna have an update to fix that.
Yeah. Also in that update, there will be some other small fixes included. And we've heard from the high-level players that the intel grind is a bit grueling on the highest level when you want to do the highest operations. So what we're going to do also in this update is add some intel into the daily reward boat.
And this should help with the grind a little bit and make it less painful to have to get intel for those task force operations.
Yeah.
Also in this update, we're not going to be doing any balancing changes because we think the target lock bug had a big effect on heroes. That being said, from this update and going forward, we're always going to be looking at the balance and doing changes whenever we feel they're needed.
Yeah. Also, we've been hesitant to do balancing changes at this point. One major contributor to that is the target lock bug. But another one is that we're still seeing the heroes being leveled up and developed, and we don't want to jump the gun when it comes to balancing changes. But we'll keep a close eye on everything, and we're definitely committed to doing balancing changes even in between updates if it's necessary.
Sure. And finally, in this update, we're also going to add a mechanism so we can compensate for anyone who had trouble with the trader in their first arrival. We know that some players did, and we want to make sure they get the tokens needed.
So that wasn't everything, was it?
No. So Hammerman has been feeling a little bit lonely.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So he's going to open very soon his Blackguard Base Builder. This will be a website where you can join his team and build Blackguard bases. Stay tuned for more.